A certain man in Moen who had property at Carmel was very wealthy. He had 1,000 goats and 3,000 sheep. His name was Nabal, and his wife's name was Abigail. She was an intelligent and beautiful woman, but her husband was selfish and mean in his dealings. While David was in the wilderness, he heard that Nabal was shearing sheep. So he sent some young men and said to them, "Go up to Nabal and greet him in my name. Say to him, 'Long life to you.' And I hear it's sheep shearing time. When your shepherds were with us, we didn't mistreat them, and the whole time they were at Carmel, nothing went missing. Therefore be kind towards us, and give your servants whatever you can find for them." When David's men arrived, they gave Nabal this message in David's name. Then they waited. But Nabal was not about to share anything. He said, "Who is this David? Who is this son of Jesse? Many servants are breaking away from their masters. Why should I take my bread and water and the meat I've slaughtered and give it to men coming from who knows where?" David's men turned around and went back. When they arrived, they reported every word. David said to his men, "Each of you strap on your sword." So they did, and David strapped his on as well. One of the servants back at the house told Abigail, "David sent messengers from the wilderness to give our master greetings, but he's hurled insults at them. I think we're going to have trouble with David because our master is such a wicked man." Abigail acted quickly to stop the quarrel her husband had started with David. She took bread, figs, raisins, grain, and good things, and loaded them on her donkeys. When Abigail saw David, she'd got off her donkey and bowed down with her face to the ground. She fell at his feet and said, "Pardon your servant, my lord, and let me speak to you. Hear what your servant has to say. Please pay no attention to that wicked man Nabal. He's just like his name. His name means folly, and folly goes with him. Let this gift which your servant has brought be given to the men who follow you, and please forgive Nabal's actions." David said to Abigail, "Praise be to God, who has sent you today to meet me. May you be blessed for your good judgment and for your advice, because you've kept me from killing today." Then David accepted from her hand what she'd brought and said, "Go home in peace. I've heard your words and granted your request." When Abigail went to Nabal, he was in the house holding a banquet like that of a king, and he was in high spirits, so she didn't tell him anything until the morning. And then she told him all that had happened, and his heart failed him, and he became like stone. And then about 10 days later, the Lord struck Nabal, and he died. When David heard that Nabal was dead, he remembered Abigail and her kindness and her wisdom, and he sent word to her, asking her to become his wife. His servants went and said, "David has sent us to take you to become his wife." So kind and wise Abigail married David, who later became king of Israel. Her wise and kind actions ensured everyone was kept safe. May we too be kind and wise and seek God in all we do.